Whew. Yeah, that's back live. So I'm sure we'll give it a minute or two here and get some people back on, man. Oh man.
Sorry about. I think that was coming from my end. I think that connection. I need to win a few more pickleball tournaments for me to upgrade my Wi-Fi. I think that's what it is.
Hey, bro, don't let me find out that the free Wi-Fi in Virginia is a little stronger than the paid Wi-Fi out in Arizona, bro. Come
And
on.
I paid a premium. It better not be my Wi-Fi. Maybe I get my visitor, my guests, my visitors hopping on. I'm not sure.
Hey, you got to start throttling it down, man. Like a few gigs a day, man. You got to start hoarding them.
Golly, thought we were golden, but it turns out okay. I think we're good now. So, man, so sorry about that, man.
Yeah, no. You're good, man. You're good. I'm just, like I said, I'm just glad we got it back going. Let me get the banner back up.
Yeah, see if I can share or like this on Facebook and.
Yeah, everybody, if you can hit the like button, if you can hit the share button, we are back. We are plugged in. We are locked in and loaded on that Wi-Fi, and we are ready to rock. So if you did not, if you're just tuning in and you missed the first part of our episode, we're not going to answer the same questions. That first part is still up. I'm not going to delete that, so you can tune in there. And then when it cuts out there, you can tune in from here on down. So let me pull back my questions up and get this show back on the road, man.
Who was firing those questions away? Who was it?
So just, since I announced it, I've had a few people message me just a couple questions that they wanted. And I know some people were dropping them in the chat too. Unfortunately, I've got all of the chat. I don't see it. So I'll try to track that down. But while we do that, so I heard a name the other day, or a word that I had never heard before. And I was wondering if you might be able to shed a little light on that. And that term is New Guffin.
New Guffin. Tyson, I think, likes the nickname more than I do, but I think it's I can't remember who started it. God, someone please message me to tell me who started it. It's a clever little nickname. I'm gonna give him that. I think Tyson and we needed something to kind of pop, and New Guffin does that. So maybe we'll have to change that on the draws too.
Absolutely, put it in pickleball tournaments as team New Guffin.
Everyone else got their little middle, names, and you got your Gizmo, and I'm just Riley Newman. It sounds pretty boring to me.
No. That's where you're wrong, my friend. You are not just Riley Newman. You are an absolute brick wall. I've watched you probably for a year now, a lot on film, and I've had the pleasure of traveling to be at some of the same tournaments that you've been at, and I've been able to watch and commentate and live stream, and it's almost like it's impossible to put a ball away on you. I mean, what goes through your mind when you're playing defense?
Well, I think it really started at an early age playing tennis. That was kind of my claim to fame, was just getting a ton of balls back, really frustrated my opponents. There were several times where, I was playing either in high school or college, and these guys are absolutely just throwing their rackets, hitting balls against fences. I mean, and I loved it. When I see my opponent get unraveled like that, nothing makes me happier in this world. So, if I can get one more ball back and just be a little pest to my opponents, then I think long-term I'll have a lot of success.
Absolutely. And I kind of go through the same thing with my, come on, or my let's go, when I explode on the court. Like, I'm looking for a reaction out of my opponent.
Right.
And like you said, once I see that, it's game time.
Right. You see that mental advantage that you're going to gain, and you're going to step on their throats and just get them.
Absolutely.
What's the one phrase that you say that gets more people riled up, you think?
Let's go. But it's not just a regular let's go. It's I'll let them have it. I won't do no big stare downs unless they've already stared me down or kind of, cross that line and let me know that they want to tango. It's nothing disrespectful, but if you want to jab like that, I love it. I love jabbing like that.
Right. That mano-a-mano, just.
Oh yeah.
Nothing's really better than that, especially when you win one of those hand speed battles and you do the let's go and everything just feels right in the world.
Yeah. For sure. And I also like so I'm known for doing that, but like when I play people who I know are quiet or just, and they make a good point or whatever, and then they start screaming, "Let's go." I'm just like, "Oh, that was cute."
Right,
Like
right.
I'm flattered. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
And then
'cause
you
that's
know
not
that they're probably you're getting under their skin because that's out of their comfort zone, and that's where you have them in your back pocket.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Let's see what we got in the chat. A bunch of people happy that we're back, loud and clear now. Gabe Anderson said Rye Tie. That's another good one.
Rye Kai. That's not bad too. I like the nickname Rye. That's good.
I'm telling you, bro, New Guffin gonna be a problem. So stoked on the team. Steve Smith, a boy up north in New York.
Appreciate it, Steve.
Yeah, and he also said, "Who is the toughest singles player that you've ever played?"
I think I've played everyone now at least once. Um, Tyson's obviously very, very difficult to play against. I haven't played a ton of singles this last year. My knee was bugging me playing a lot of singles events. And it was really bugging me when I played Ben at the World Pickleball Finals in Florida in December. He was up a couple points, and I couldn't do it no more. So I had to call it a wraps. But, probably Tyson or Ben, it's got to be, that's a real shocking answer, right? Tyson and Ben in singles. But no, those two guys are super tough, and they're going to be at the top of the game for a long time.
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
was and at that Florida tournament, was singles before men's doubles and mixed doubles, or was singles the last day of the event?
I think singles was the start, and then if you went far enough into the draw, then you would play that finals on Monday. And lucky enough, all three events I played in, I was playing on that final day, and my knee was just killing me in men's doubles and mix and singles. So I just thought, well, hey, if I'm down against Ben, 6-7-1, and I really don't see myself pulling this out, I might as well save a little bit left in the tank for doubles and for mix, and I just kind of battled through those doubles events. So that was it.
And that's exactly what I was getting at too, because I specifically remember that singles was before that, and it's you made an adjustment. You had the ability to self-assess. You said it's a long weekend. Singles is the first event. I've got partners who
Right.
I'm going to battle with. You know what I'm saying? So it's that to me that was kind of like a selfless act. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, you made it far. You made it to play on the final day for all three events, but you pulled back in order to still be there for your teammates. And I think that plays huge when your partners know that through hell or high water you got their back. And you're making smart decisions.
Right, and especially it was Christmas time. I mean, we're leaving our families. We're going all the way down to Florida, and to bail, especially like on Tyson, it was our very first tournament. I would have felt really bad. And then playing with Lindsay, we were playing pretty well. So I was actually happy to get a bronze in singles, but at the end of the day, I couldn't let my partners down. I mean, everyone gets through that in pickleball. They don't want to, if they're feeling down or feeling like their ankle's hurting or something, we got to play up and play with our partners and just do whatever it takes because we don't want to let them down. It's just
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I talked to Tyson, and he did confirm that you and him, obviously, y'all were going to roll 2020 all year long. Corona came in, that it's kind of up in the air, but he did confirm that y'all are locked in for 2021. That's
confirmed. Yep. A couple days ago, I confirmed that. Honestly, Tyson is really, really tough. I mean, you could see his doubles game improve drastically over these last few months. And now that we got this brand new kind of the Selkirk paddle, this is like a poppier paddle, and it's going to absolutely change my game, and it's going to change Tyson's game. And so we're going to be coming out, with just big time thunderous hits, rocking and rolling. I'm super excited to be playing with him, and 2021 will be a fun year as well.
There you go, man. I definitely did see that Selkirk rolled that out a few days ago. I'm not sure if it was by design or not, but I haven't seen any paddle companies during this quarantine come out with a new paddle. Like, I don't believe, so it's a risky move. Not like they knew coronavirus was gonna hit, but it's just like, well, people are sitting at home and it's just like, ooh, eye candy, new
Mm-hmm.
paddle, like,
Right.
that's dope, man. That's dope. So I'm
Right.
glad you liking the paddle. Tyson was definitely talking about it the other day. So
Yeah.
is it already on the market, like available for everybody, or?
So I think the Selkirk Vanguard was a paddle they released about, I think, a couple weeks ago. And that's a pretty similar core inside. But this one that I got right here, it's a prototype. And this thing it's got a ton more pop on it. So when you're in those hand speed battles and you're looking for some extra pop, it's going to be there. And actually, this is a limited kind of edition. There's my Turner Grip. Thank you, Turner Grip. It's a longer handle. So now I'm able to put two hands pretty comfortably around the paddle, whereas opposed to my other Epics, I had to kind of go up one finger up on the paddle. So this is really nice where I'm able to comfortably put two hands, and they're hoping to release this, in a couple months once the USAPA approves it, and I'm going to be rocking with this new paddle.
There you go, man. Awesome. That's awesome. A lot of people have kind of switched to trying the two-handed backhand, largely in part to you and your sister. And that's appreciate you breaking it down as far as how you hold your grip. There's different ways. Like there's certain paddle companies that have come out with a longer handle. Everybody's got different size hands, different size grips. I mean, like take your sister's grip for instance. It's like this thick, like no joke. Like that's huge, so I'm sure every paddle is different, and every person is different as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of Lindsay and I, we teach now, they're coming up to us and be like, hey, my backhand's weak, it's shaky. What if we try that second hand? And so now probably 50% of our lessons are people wanting to try the two-handed backhand. And we just give them a few tips here and there, nothing crazy. And all of a sudden they get this biggest grin and they start smiling from ear to ear because, oh my gosh, I love my two-handed backhand. So, obviously if any of you are watching and, you're feeling a little, timid or weak and you're kind of running around to hit a forehand, I see that all the time. Try putting that second hand on top and see if it works for you. If it doesn't, no harm done. So, yep.
Yeah. And one thing that, some of my students, when I'm teaching pickleball, they'll come to me and they'll say, well, why doesn't my backhand look like Riley's or Lindsay's or Kyle Yates or, and my first thing that I tell them is muscle memory. Like what you're seeing is their backhand. They've spent X amount of time working on their backhand and basically taking a backhand and customizing it to their shot or stroke. And making it their backhand.
Right.
I mean, would you agree?
Right, absolutely. I mean, this is not just a day one or a week one backhand special. This is not your McDonald's McDouble. I mean, it's something that we've been practicing for such a long period of time, and that you're going to have to find different ways to be successful in this game. And so if that's adding a second hand for a backhand or just doing whatever's comfortable for you, I think is ideally what you want. So yeah, go on YouTube. If you're a new beginner, go on YouTube, see the different styles and see what you can kind of pick and choose from. And then at the end of the day, just go what feels comfortable and gives you the best results.
Awesome. Let's see. We got a question from Holly Murray. How often do you and your sister play together outside of tournaments?
Oof, good question, Holly. Coming up at this fall, I'm not sure if the listeners know, but my sister Lindsay will be having her first child in October. So she won't be my partner in the fall. So I'm super sad about that. But I'm obviously really happy that new life is coming in, and that kid's going to be super athletic. You wait.
You don't say.
Uncle. Yeah, I'm excited to be Uncle Riley this will be my 7th. Uncle. So, 7.
7?
Yeah, lucky number 7. It's crazy.
How many siblings are there? I must not know about them all.
Yes, I'm the middle of 7. 5 sisters and a little brother. My little brother just started playing too. He's going to be a stud. But okay, so how often do you and your sister play together outside of tournaments? If we're teaching a lesson, we're probably going to play about an hour after. But we only teach maybe once or twice a week. But I just moved to Arizona about 4 months ago. So before that time, honestly, we hadn't really played a lot of pickleball on the same side of the court. Our best practice in tennis or pickleball was playing against each other. So, I know what shots she's going to hit before she even hits it, just by playing against her so many times. And so then when we're teamed up on the same side of the court, the movement and the shot selection, it just becomes effortless. And I know what she's going to do before she does it.
Chemistry is huge. Like you said, y'all have been building that chemistry long before y'all stepped on a tennis court or a pickleball court. I mean, y'all are brother and sister, so
Right.
it gets no better than that.
Right.
Krishan Spackman, I may have missed this, but any training tips off the court?
Training tips. I do a lot of sprints. That's kind of my claim in this game is kind of defense, is getting balls back. And for that strength, you have to continue to work on that off the court. So I'll do a lot of sprints. I'll do a lot of agility, like side to side, up and back. I'll do a lot of lunges to build my leg strength. So training tips, I would just, build your core, build your lower half. I think in pickleball, a lot of times we're going to be squatting. So if you can build a lower base that's going to hold up in these long tournament days, you got to do that. You can't just play rec for 1 or 2 hours and go out and expect your peak performance for a 5-6 hour training for a tournament day, and expect good results. So you got to put in the work, do a lot of core and leg work for sure.
Absolutely.
Good question, Chris.
They're rolling in hot and heavy, man. What is your go-to shot that you feel? Let's see. What is your go-to shot that you feel your opponents have the hardest time defending? Again, another good question.
Steve Smith. I actually used to have Steve Smith on my fantasy team, football, Carolina Panthers. I'm not sure if you're related to him, Steve, but probably my favorite shot is got to be like that my opponents don't expect. It's like a lower ball to my backhand. And most people, if it's a ball below the net, we're taught not to attack on those shots. There you go. And so if it's a low ball, I'm able to then come up and use topspin and come over top. And then it catches my opponents straight across. It catches them off guard because it's so low. So I'm able to then just generate a lot of pace and flick up on it. And if they do get that first one back, then I'm pinching middle for that second one, and I'm coming in with my forehand little pancake in the middle. So, yeah, little coming at you there with the high five. It's such an odd grip, but it gets the job done here. It just gets it done.
Dude, it's it ain't got to be pretty. It's just got to work. That's what I always say,
it's like you said too. Like everyone's got different playing styles in pickleball. That's what I love most. Like everyone's got a unique style that they can roll with, and if it's successful, why stop?
Hey, and you don't stop it until they show you that they can stop it. Basically,
right. They got to prove it first.
Absolutely. So you've already mentioned that Lindsay's, this fall is going to kind of take a little break from playing tournaments and stuff. So, you can't just leave us hanging. The people want to know. Are you on the market? Are you looking? Talk to them, man.
That is a great question. Oh my goodness. The Gizmo Pickleball Show, brings out all the fire questions you could ever ask for. Put me in the hot seat with the mixed doubles question.
Hey, I didn't ask it, man. Kendall and Lewis asked it. So
it's a great question. I've reached out to a couple people. It's more for 2021. A lot of the fall tournaments, I'll have to either get a last resort, or maybe my sister Haley will play. That'll be kind of tough for this year because everyone's already partnered. But 2021, I've reached out to a few ladies, so I'll probably confirm in the next couple of weeks who I'll be rolling with. And I'm going to be playing one tournament. I'm confirmed one with Jessie Irvine for the Hawaii Open in 2021. So I'm stoked for that. I played against her a bunch, but I think she'll be a good partner for me, and should do fairly well there.
Yeah. If she can't make it, I had a blast in Hawaii. I could put like one of those grass skirts on. I'm just saying, I may not look like Jessie Irvin or be able to hit a two-handed backhand like her, but no, I'm just joking, man. That'll be a good one to watch, man. And hey, you got to stay tuned to figure out.
Kendalene, if you're improving on your game, shoot me a message. Who knows? I'm coming to a city near you.
There you go. Best tip for a 4-0 player. I mean, that's a broad question, you know. But
yeah, I think we probably both could agree. We see the most like in 4.0 playing is just trying to limit the unforced errors. I see that all the time where people are trying to go for too much when the shot's not there. If you're just playing smart and steady, you know, you're going to win a lot of matches in the 4.0 level. So my best tip would just be consistent. You know, try and play the higher percentage shot, and just be rock solid and just try and make a lot of balls. Don't be fancy. Just be consistent. That's it.
Yeah, mine would be slow down. You know, I worked in the emergency service field, firefighter, paramedic for 12 years. Like I've seen a true emergency, like, you know, where you've got to like, it's life or death. There's no time on a pickleball court where it's life or death. Like, I mean, if it's a short ball, okay, I know I need to go get the ball. But once you start mentally thinking like rush, I mean, you got to think about your footwork, your grip, pressure. I mean, there's a lot more other moving parts. So I think if you can slow down, it'll let you.
Okay, so if I'm Krishan Jr. here, what is a tip to help me slow down?
So visibly, being ready. So a lot of people they'll serve the ball and then they'll just stand there. Well, yeah, that's cool if they hit a deep return, but if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So if you hit the ball and are on the balls of your feet, leaning forward, just in case they hit a short return, you can go get it, but you're also not stepping in too far off of that back baseline, and now you're getting jammed if they hit a deep return. Right.
Anticipating, right? I mean, it's so crucial. You hit it right on the head. So that's very good. Good question.
So did you see something that was floating around on Facebook the other day about a Dairy Queen, like a deal or something like that? I saw you and Tyson were going back and forth.
Yeah, Tyson posted. God, Tyson, man, the guy has rocks. He's got a rock solid body. I'll give him that. But the guy needs to read some articles. I mean, he posts an article on my Facebook page. I get all happy and excited thinking I'm going to get a Dairy Queen Blizzard at like a 99-cent deal. Turns out the deal is only good for March 9 through 15 in Canada. I mean, Tyson, you can't just read the title of the article. You got to do a little in-depth research. Come on, man.
Oh man!
Drop him, man. Come on.
Well, in honor of that, I did pay full price, but I did hit up the DQ. You know what I'm saying? I can't interview my boy without coming through with the Blizzard. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And if you know anything about anybody with a last name Newman, a Blizzard.
An hour for that, even through technical difficulties.
Oh, bro, I left the house early to go get this. Drove like 40 minutes. I mean, it's melted, but I mean, I can practically just drink it actually.
Hey, Gizmo, you wait 2 seconds.
Okay. Let's go. Hey, cheers, my man.
Cheers, brother.
Let's go. Let's go.
I got this last night. I got a large Blizzard, so I knew I could have some leftovers at lunchtime. So
there you go. So what's your flavor? What's your go-to flavor?
Yeah, so I like the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
No, that's my favorite.
Oh, really?
Bro, that's my favorite candy that's my favorite candy in the world.
Same here. That's
absolutely
amazing. So I'll go through the Dairy Queen, and I won't even have to say anything because my sisters will know exactly what I get. It's the same thing every time. So they're just already ordering for me. So no, this is good stuff here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This made this movie a whole lot better. Anyone else got some Dairy Queen listening?
Yo, yeah. And what is your favorite flavor? Drop it in the comment section if you do like a good Blizzard.
Speaking of Dairy Queen, I want to make sure I say this. I'm hosting a Arizona tournament. It's October 16 through 18. The special thing about this is there is going to be Dairy Queen on site.
No.
At the tournament. We got a sponsor by the name of DQ coming in. We're going to have DQ Court. They're going to bring out, a cart of ice cream on site. It is going to be absolutely lit. October 16th to 18th in Mesa, Arizona. I'm hosting it.
Well, I already know. You already know one dude who's going to be there. I'm in there, dog.
In one of these rooms right here.
Oh man, I'm telling you right now, like I said, dog, support those who support you, man. There's a lot of lessons that can be learned out of that, man. Real talk, man. And support don't gotta be money, man. It's there's a motivational speaker I listen to. He says it's not equal giving, it's equal sacrifice.
Right.
Period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Michelle Cook. I mean, you know, you were transparent about it earlier about the knee issues. They were wondering about your knee issue. What was it, and how did you heal it? There's so many knee problems in the game.
You know, there is. Luckily, I just signed a new sponsorship deal with BRD. It's a knee brace company based out of New Jersey. And I had some pretty bad tendonitis coming from my basketball days, so just running and jumping all the time. So it's really bad tendonitis on my left knee. And what I've been able to do to kind of prevent some of those injuries is obviously ice and stretching and all that stuff. But this knee brace has really helped me a lot, just kind of give me that support I needed on the court. So thank you, BRD. And that's just thank you, Michelle, for the question.
Awesome, man. I was actually thinking about doing some sort of knee, doing something with my knee, if you will. I had a shattered femur back in 2006, and I had a few surgeries on my leg. So from time to time, my leg and my knee will give me a little pain. So I'm gonna have to look into that BRD stuff for sure, man.
You don't wear any braces when you play too. You're usually you usually got those Superman socks on.
Yeah. Those are my braces. You know, they keep me flying across the court.
Man, you're a blur out there.
Yes, sir. Will you be coming back to Rochester, New York to play in Pickle Fest? Scott Lippitz is dying to know. Maybe 2021?
Ooh, and you know, Scott talks a big game, but if he wants me to come out to New Jersey, he can't just throw a couple $100. I mean, the guy has got to, you know, dish out some cash. I mean, shoot. I mean, Lippitz, you're talking this huge game, and you're going to pay me pennies to come out there. So I'm definitely interested in the tournament. But Steve, please tell your boy Lippitz to pony up, and my sister and I will come, no doubt.
Hey, money on the wood make the game go good, straight like that. You know,
pay the mortgage bills around here.
Start doing fundraisers or something like that. Man.
Start doing some car washes or something. Shoot.
Riley, how was your last experience at the Warner Center? I don't know what else. I don't see the rest of it. I don't even know what the Warner Center is.
Yeah, it was probably my last. It was like a pickleball private invite doubles kind of pool play, and Nick was a part of it. And the Warner Center was in Los Angeles, so I just had moved out, and I was heading to Phoenix for my new move. And so I played this, and you know, they didn't hit me the dang ball. You know, they hit it to my partner the whole time, and I was getting frustrated. I ended up losing the match, and Nick, I think he's got a 1-0 head-to-head record against me, but wasn't sanctioned. So Nick, come back to a real tournament and let's talk. Let's play.
Let's go. There you go. Hey, we ain't running from nothing. We quick to get them up. We ain't dodging.
Yeah, Nick, you just keep talking on the computer, Nick. Anytime, anywhere, Gizmo and I got you.
Let's go. In there, dog. Already ready. You already know that.
Yep.
So I mean, I've just got a few more. Like I said, I'm not gonna take up too much of your time with the whole debacle earlier. Someone you haven't partnered with, but you would love to partner with.
Oof. Someone I'd love to partner with. You know, this is kind of a cheesy answer to this, but I love playing with my siblings. So I think playing with my little brother, Cody, in a pro event would be just so much fun. And we were actually going to do that in Hawaii. There was a smaller tournament in Hawaii right before this coronavirus hit. We were going to go. Me and my brother, Cody, were going to play. And it was going to be our first tournament together. He's probably played 10 times total. And if anything got close, you know, I might have had to come over to the middle a couple times. But but no, I would be stoked to play with my little brother. It would be so much fun. And hopefully it'll make happen once he's out of college and have more time to play.
Bro, that's not a cheesy answer right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. That's a real answer, bro. I'm a single child, only child, so you know I don't know what that's like. But if I was in his shoes and I had an older brother who was, you know, doing what you're doing in your caliber, I mean, it would be like Christmas Day, if I was in his shoes as your little brother to play with you. So I'm sure he's gonna love that.
Yeah, one day it'll come. It'll happen
for sure. Do you believe that there is a team captain or should be a captain of the court?
That's a good question. I think that's probably your question.
Yeah, that's my question.
Yeah, I could spot those out for sure. A team captain, I think there has to be one guy who, maybe plays that alpha role. It's just like in any sport. I think there has to be one guy who kind of wants the final shot, who kind of wants to be the finisher or the closer, and then maybe like a supportive role. And I think pickleball is great for that. There's a lot of times where you can set your partner up to finish those shots. Tyson does a really good job of setting me up all the time where he's hitting low, hard balls, and I'm able to come in and try and finish points. But I think in pickleball, it definitely helps having that kind of that leader. And it doesn't have to be on all things. Tyson will say a lot of stuff during timeouts, and I'll let him do a lot of the talking during timeouts. But then on the court, I try to be more of the imposing factor and try to be kind of all over and just. But yeah, that's a good question. I don't think it's any super clear answer to that, but yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I just got one. I got one more question. I'm going to take care of a few housekeeping notes. Again, appreciate everybody tuning in. If everybody can hit the like button, hit the share button. If you can subscribe to Gizmo Pickleball on YouTube. I'm trying to get over 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm at like 560.
Wow. All right. I'll put you at 561, brother.
My man, definitely appreciate that. Sponsors of the podcast are Vulcan, of course. They are actually running a sale right now where if you purchase any V500 or V700 series paddle, you get a free backpack with that. You've got to go to vulcansportingoods.com to place your order there. Jigsaw Health. It's fun to feel good. You know about Jigsaw, baby. That's all I drink. Like I said, it's pretty much cut out 90% of my soda consumption, and it keeps me hydrated both on the court and when I'm at home planting potatoes and corn and all the other stuff. Yeah. My last question for Riley Newman.
All right.
Is first of all, do you have anything to say before we head out?
Yes, I do. And actually, someone's at the door, so I'm going to make this quick. I'd like to obviously thank my sponsors, Selkirk Sport. I mean, they have been absolutely phenomenal to keep my pickleball journey going. So thank you, Selkirk. Babolat, the best shoes in the game. Look at how freaking fresh those are. Thank you, Babolat. We got some VitaFlow. This cream is really, really good stuff, especially for my knee. That helps a lot. BRD Sport with the brace. PB Sport, thank you very much for your support. They're a Canadian clothing company. And then Turner Grip. I use Turner Grip for a lot of my paddles. So super, super awesome grip there. So yeah, thank you, sponsors.
There you go. You know what? We're just not even gonna go with the last question. I'll hold it until the next time, brother. Definitely appreciate the time, and you have a great rest of your day, man, and stay cool out there in that Arizona heat.
Yes, sir, Gizmo. Awesome. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right.